So I think getting more views from experts through the road mapping, what I've learned is if you want to distill the priorities for Singapore, I think it has to be firstly the demand or the consumers mainly of the building. So that's the ACMV, what we call here, air conditioning and mechanical ventilation, as well as the facades. I think the facades are important. Tropical facades have been, I would say, grossly underlooked or underdeveloped. There's a lot of opportunities. There has been a lot of, if I can use the crude term, copying of facades from other climates, which is not necessarily the most optimum. I think we could really have a tropical facade which should primarily work on two main aspects. One is to maximize the daylighting and the comfort level in terms of visible transmittance of light, and secondly to minimize or make almost zero the thermal transmittance, so that we can actually have facade that can shield off much better against the solar gains that we have for buildings. So if this demand through facades and through the air conditioning system efficiency is managed well, I think that leads us to the next priority, I would say, which would be the building management system. Because to keep the building operable and smart building, I think building management systems are important. And again, we see a consistent story in Singapore, but also maybe in other places, that building management systems and the data is actually also grossly underutilized. I think the data is available, but there's a lot of information available, but it's not optimized for various purposes that we mentioned earlier, mainly to reduce the consumption and also enhance comfort. So that is the third area I would say is a key priority. Building management systems could be definitely much smarter and be much more effectively used in real application. The fourth area I would say is integrated design. Going back to my earlier comment about design, I think there's a lot of things that could be done during the design phase. And if we could actually effectively enable architects, designers, construction people, engineers to actually come together during the design phase and talk about building design as a problem, a multi-variable optimization problem maybe, to enhance comfort and reduce energy consumption, I think we could definitely have a much better building starting from day one. So I think this would be the four key priorities, and I think through the road mapping process, and maybe Jeffrey can also talk about that, these also came up as the four priorities for Singapore. And I think so. The second part of the question was really about the challenges. As you can see, I think my starting point is really the fact rather that the business case is fragmented for buildings, and there are various players, and there is no one actually taking an active role or active charge of enabling sustainability. So I think that is a big challenge, and apart from the other challenge being that technologies are often demonstrated at a very local level. They are not visible. The data from the technology demonstration is not shared, and the building data availability is not, I think it's not penetrated enough, at least in Singapore, also maybe in other places, where researchers and also other people can learn from it. So I think the data penetration, availability of test bedding would be the key challenges in my point of view.